all right. Happy Sunday, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Full Frontal Investigation. I will be your host, you a pussy, Rich Holmes, for the next hour or so. What we're going to talk about tonight, do a quick case update. We're going to talk about some things going on with the Houston hotel, talk about David's mother, the funeral, everything of that sort. There was a case update a couple days ago, and David is still trying to fight this case. I don't know why. Hey, Uncle Jake, how you doing tonight, man? Good to see you. Hey, Rachel, everybody, good evening, good evening. Do a case update. I'm looking at it right now, and what David's doing to fight a case like this, right? If you think about it, David hired these lawyers, and now he's saying, oh, I didn't hire these lawyers, okay, because I am not that person. What up, Foreskin Walker? So he hires his lawyers, drags it out through court, and then when it comes time to pay, he's like, oh, I'm not that guy. I'm not going to pay anybody because, you know, I'm not JMMI or Kingdom of God Global Church, okay? So I'm not those people. Again, he's going to try and drag this case out through court again and try to rack up another bill, try to run from the courts and continue on with his operation as normal, right? Now, I drove by the Houston hotel today, okay? And the big black curtains are gone, okay? You can see the stage. All you can see now are the trusses for the stage. All the staging equipment is still set up. Justice, how you doing? And all those black curtains have been taken down, okay? So you can actually see through to the hotel now, all right? One of the small stages, the very front small stage is still set up and is still there. So that one is still there, okay? Everything else has been taken down. With regards to the case, David is going to continue to fight this. He will continue to drag it out. He's going to hire more lawyers. Not hire more lawyers. Let me take that back. He's going to continue to have the lawyers file these motions. You know, you would think he would. The weakest link, right? Hey, what's up, LP? How you doing, bro? Yeah, the Marvelic universe, right? Complete fire hazard. I'm hoping that maybe that's Harris County Fire Marshal came in and finally did something, right? Uncle Jake said, hey, you need to take all this shit down. Kid Frost, how you doing? Good to see you. Welcome. We're talking case update. David's mom did pass away. Okay, unfortunately. Sorry to hear, David. I really am. Sucks. His son did go. David didn't go to the funeral, though. Okay? David won't go to any family members' funerals because he's so afraid of his family members, his brothers. He's afraid of his brothers. Yeah, exactly. That's why he can't liquidate the money, is because the money in the homes aren't his. You would think he would start liquidating these houses, right? But think if the money's not his. We've talked about that, right? If David's really going to liquidate these houses, how? With what money? I know for sure David's borrowed money against these houses. He buys them and then he borrows money against them. Take a loan out against them and then you run from the loan, right? Common practice, and then you file bankruptcy. And this is why David, me and Uncle Jake were talking about this. If David attempts to sue these lawyers, that will open him up. Exactly. Tracy S., thank you. Tracy S., thank you. That is the question I asked myself. What kind of idiot lawyer represents someone who is being sued for not paying his lawyers? Who does that? Who does that? And this isn't like a $20,000 case. We're talking $350,000 and counting now. And counting, okay? Not only is he paying for the case, but he's paying for the house that they got sued over, that they got represented over. He's paying for that house. The residential center, okay, they're paying for that. That house is costing them so much money, and this house is part of that case. That house, 15,400, hey, 54, good day, mate. Let's put another shrimp on the barbie. So the residential center, we've heard about in the deposition, right? Well, he gets sued for that shortly after, you guys. He gets sued for that shortly after. He gets served. Hey, you breach your contract. Yep. Hope you're doing better, Rachel. So he signs a contract with Harold Lewis, breaches it. Okay, so Harold Lewis sues him, and David takes him through court for 4 years. Hit that like, man. If you're new to the channel, hit that like and subscribe. We're talking DavidETaylor. He's he wants the courts out of St. Louis. He's a cult leader, okay, if you're just tuning in. He's a cult leader that his main headquarters is out of Taylor, Michigan. Please keep politics off the channel. And Uncle Jake, can you handle that? Appreciate it, man. Hey, what's up, Fallen Exposure? Yeah, keep politics off the channel. I know you guys are gonna fucking trolls, whatever. So he fights the case, right? He fights the case for 4 years. Hey, what's up, One Tramper? And then right at the end, they settle. I think right when the judge was probably about to hand him some sort of sanctions, be like, all right, where the fuck is the paperwork? We've been ordering this organization to provide paperwork, to the courts, and they don't do it. And this is a church, right? And I've sent out a few emails over the weekend to some people, like, yeah, anyways, won't go into that. But the fact that we see this systematic issue of churches laundering money and the government sitting by with their fucking cocks in their hand, being like, oh, nothing going on here, we're just fucking stroking. No, what the fuck? Where's the government step up and represent the people in the way they're supposed to? Right? And I don't take sides in the government. You guys know that. At what point do our representatives say, okay, you know what, this is enough with the church. This 501c3, this shit's got to stop. They're using it to fucking launder money. And it's your money, the donor money. It's all donor money. And then when shit happens, when they have a moral failure, which means, I can't keep my dick in my pants, they say, we don't have to tell you where the money goes. So same thing with David. With David, with this whole court case, it's compounding interest, okay? With the court case, it's compounding interest. He's going to lose money either way. He can't liquidate the houses, just like Jake said. Cool. Yeah, look, all the trolls are dropping in. Yeah, those are all the trolls. David is now going to rack up another bill, and it's most likely going to hit the 6-figure mark, okay? Once it does hit the 6-figure mark, I don't know what these lawyers are going to do. They're just going to dump him. Hit that like and subscribe if you're new. Talking cult leader DavidETaylor. There was a civil motion hearing scheduled. They want David's basically asking, hey, drop the case, because the letter between me and the lawyers, it doesn't say KOGGC, it says JMMI and DavidETaylor. So he wants them to dismiss the case, okay? So again, taxpayer money, guess what? It's all being tied up in your courts, in our courts. Up in St. Louis, all the taxpayers in St. Louis, this case is being tried in your court. Well, guess what? DavidETaylor, he's using your tax money to tie up the courts in the legal process, and it's coming out of your pocket at the end of the day. So think about that. Give your dog a dirty Sanchez. Yeah, no, you first. So David, go ahead and just pay your lawyers. Okay, you owe them $350,000. Pay them. You won't have to deal with any of the repercussions, and it would be better, honestly, for everybody in your cult to just leave as well. Yeah, it says JMMI real big on this campus, right? It says JMMI real big on this campus. I mean, David, how do you dispute that in court, right? How do you dispute that JMMI is on that fucking building down in Houston and you know it? How do you hide that? How do you hide that? You got a big fucking sign up that says JMMI on it. Then you're going to say, I'm not JMMI, but yet, keep politics off the channel, but yet you have JMMI on the building. You have KOGGC written on other, yep, it's right there. It is. No hiding it. It's right there. Exactly, Fallen Exposure. It's right there. And that's what we keep saying. What do you do with something like this? You hide it right out in plain sight, right? You hide it right out in plain sight so nobody knows what you're doing. And what a better way to hide something like this, right? Is go right out do it right out in the open, and nobody will fucking realize what you're doing. Nobody will realize what you're doing. When you hide something like that right out in the open, why would they look at it? Oh, we're a church. But no, we found out that they're operating human trafficking. Yeah, most of them are trolls, LP, and I'm just gonna run for an hour. That's the thing. When you do these lives, it's weird. You get all kinds of weirdos. Um, so David, where he's at this point, no clue. Okay, no clue. Yeah, keep politics off the channel, but not cults. Okay, yeah. Don't know where he's at. His mother passed. His son went to the funeral. The hotel is still fully operational, but they've taken down the black curtains. Okay, saw that today. And as far as where the money's coming and going, nobody knows. They haven't filed taxes. I need to look at the bulk data and find out where and if they have been revoked by the IRS. So I need to see if Kingdom of God Global Church has been been revoked, okay? Because it's a good possibility that it has. Okay. So I'm gonna check into that tomorrow at some point. Yeah, exactly, Kevin. His brothers would kick his ass. Exactly. Yeah. And that's Rachel Bone. That's exactly, or Kevin. Yeah, that's what exactly would happen. That's what happened with his dad when his dad passed away, and that's coming from his daughter. His daughter told me like, "Hey, no, the reason he didn't go to his dad's funeral is because my uncles, his brothers were gonna just beat the shit out of him because of all the bullshit he's done. They're tired of his shit, and I would be too. Imagine your brother's a fucking well-known religious sex cult leader that's running a human trafficking operation, giving your family a bad name. I mean, the David E. Taylor name, right? It's the whitest name, but the dude's fucking black, right? You hear David E. Taylor, like, damn, that's a white ass name, right? That could be like a name of fucking white bread. No, but he's this creepy ass fucking cult leader out of Michigan that's running a multi-state trafficking ring right here, using his so-called church and his 501c3 to get by on it, and it's a fucking sham. And anybody that's in on it now at this point that's helping him is in on it. So the amount of money that's getting funneled through this place is ridiculous. If there's any money being left anymore. But the fact that he's asking to dismiss the case is a big sign. It's a big sign that he's broke and that he has nothing at this point. And I love when the trolls come in here, man. Trolls, welcome. Hit that like and subscribe, man. We're talking religious cults in here, man. Don't do politics. I always say if the reason I do politics is because if our politicians had their heads out of their ass, we wouldn't see fucking pedophilia and money laundering in the churches, okay? So keep politics off the channel. That's all I ask. I don't give a fuck about politics. Keep Trump, keep Mullah, keep whoever the fuck you pray to off the channel, or whoever you fucking worship. That's cool. I respect that. No politics, okay? I respect everybody's views on politics. I do. I'm a veteran. Fought for those freedoms. Trust me, I respect your freedoms, but keep that shit off the fucking channel, okay? Because again, if our politicians didn't have their heads up their ass, we wouldn't be talking about the shit we are right now. Okay? Gateway Church, guess what? They know they're fucking laundering money. Where the fuck is the IRS? Kathleen and Taylor today? Yeah. She was in Taylor today. Yep. Yeah, people come and asking who I vote for. Hey, do you like anal sex? Fuck. Let's have a real. You want to get down to fucking brass tacks? Let's talk fucking dirty. Exactly. I keep my politics private. Very few I share my You guys, our politicians are crooked. We know that. That's what I will say. And again, if our politicians had their shit together, we wouldn't be here as a community trying to figure out why the fuck it's happening in the first place, right? Why is the church being taxed? Why are they allowed to get away with these financial crimes? Why are they allowed to embezzle money, drop it into property, launder it through multiple fucking tax exemptions, turn nonprofit into for-profit, like Kenneth Copeland up in North Texas, that piece of shit? Why are these people allowed to go on like this? We have social media. We need to start holding these people accountable, especially David E. Taylor. Start with the lowest hanging fruit. We got to start somewhere, right? We got to figure out the process of how to bring these people to justice, like real justice. Yeah. Yeah, I open my wallet. If it's empty, the other guy gets my vote. Yep. totally lost my train of thought. But with David's organization, one man has been able to go on like this, and it's real. His recruitment tactic is still working. He's bringing people in still, which is very concerning, and we know that. We're seeing new faces, we're seeing new people, and man, it's sad. People's families are literally being broken apart by this cult that's operating in Houston, Texas. People drive by it every day. People drive by it every fucking day. They drive by it, they don't know, and it's right there in the open, and it's operating every day. It's a operation that they want to keep looking like a church, but it's actually human trafficking. Yep. The multimedia churches have hijacked them. Yep. Jason O'Shea, this one is called JMMI and KOGGC, but it's out of Taylor, Michigan. Okay, the main headquarters is out of Taylor, Michigan, but they have operation in Michigan, Florida, Texas, and Michigan and Missouri, and we also hear some rumblings that they got work back in North Carolina. Okay, hey brother Thrice, hallelujah, all the way from Holland. Only going to go for about another 30 minutes, man. And he's operating a multi-state operation where he's racking up bills in one state, crossing state lines, doing it in another state. It's really, really shady what these people are doing. Yeah. I've watched Stuart Little with them. They're scum and evil people. Right on, Nips Tips 1099. Nips and Tips. Yeah, and 1099, hey, like 1099, like, hey, the 1099 form. Hey, these people are operating under the 501c3, and what I'm reading under tax law, there are certain laws they have to abide by, you guys. Just because they're a church, what these people think, you know, Jason O'Shea, there's kind of, man, take every cult that you know and slice off a little piece and put it into one, and you get this cult, dude. It's fucking highly manipulative, highly dangerous. You have all the vocabulary of previous cult leaders. You have all the teachings of previous cult leaders. You have all the mind control tactics. Yeah, when you look at this hotel in Houston, 14380 North Freeway in Houston, right? You look at the outside view and it literally looks like a fucking Waco compound. It's sketchy as fuck looking. It really is. You see it and you're like, what the fuck is that place? Now where it's at is in Greens Point, okay? What they call it, Greens Point. They call it Guns Point in Houston because it's not in a great area, you guys. It's not in a great area. It's known for high prostitution. It's known for its crime rate, okay? It's a huge pyramid scheme. Kevin G, whoever unfucks this financially, I commend them. I really do. I am so curious to see what is on the back end of the money, man. Can you imagine how much dirty money has gone through this, Kevin G? Honestly, man. Honestly, the hotel, the properties, the cars, the events, the vehicles, everything, overhead. It really does, right? It really looks Madoff. It really makes Madoff look innocent. You look at Madoff, you're like, David's like, fuck Madoff, I ain't got shit on me. Like Madoff created the fucking ultimate scheme, right? But it's everybody kind of added on to it. Now you have religion doing it, and it's with David, it is a multi-tiered Ponzi scheme. He's got one scheme on another, on another, on another. Convoy Miracles. You got the Amway Arena. You got all the trucks being converted. Yeah, David, he's not even clawing back. David at this point, he's just in a dark hiding place because he can't show his face. There is, and you know, Jason O'Shea, there's a lot of cults in America, and it's okay to be in a cult. But you know what? When our community, we don't know really how we figure out these things and like what we go into. We've been on this one for 4.5 years now, 5 years. And it got dirt. Dude, when we started digging deeper and opening up the channel to interviews and people to come on and talk, dude, survivors started coming forward, be like, we've been watching your channel, man. You guys are right. Everything you guys have been saying about this cult, you're fucking dead on. Your facts are right. Everything you guys are doing is dead on. keep going. Please do what you're doing because this guy needs to be stopped. We've been saying it, and he's running a multi-state scheme, man. It's ridiculous. He's committing federal crimes. David, at the end of the day, let me tell you something, buddy. David, these crimes you're committing, they're not civil crimes, David. They're not civil crimes. These are federal crimes. You're taking business across state lines and committing crimes. So now you get federal jurisdictions involved, right? Okay, you have an organization that's operating multiple 501c3s across multiple state lines, committing multiple fucking financial crimes, mortgage fraud, real estate crimes. You're stiffing people for work, not paying them. Then you'd be like, oh, I'm not going to pay you because you know what? You didn't do the job that I wanted. That's what's happening with DavidETaylor. It's a Ponzi scheme. I know this Ponzi scheme. Exactly. Ponzi never wanted it to go this far. David's all, hey, Ponzi, hold my fucking beer, okay? Hold my shit. I'm going to show Ponzi scheme what's up. And it is. This scheme that DavidETaylor has created, right, this cult leader, it's probably started back in, say, early 2010, 2011. We're talking, and here's the thing, I'm just doing these pop-up lives, One True Emperor, and I'm just throwing them up real quick, okay? And I'm trying to do something a little different with the algorithm just to try and grow the channel a bit, okay? So work with me, guys. I'm sorry, the titles might be a little different for a little while, and then I'll put a description in, okay? Exactly. With David screwing over the court system, like Kevin G says, it's only a matter of time before he gets red flagged by the government. Exactly. By this time, at this time, David has to have been red flagged by the government. I don't see how he couldn't be. I mean, honestly, Uncle Jake, think about it. How could David not be red flagged by the government at this time? That's ridiculous. Hey, Donna, how you doing? We're talking about the case update. David's trying to have the case dismissed. Yeah, exactly. Most of them are trolls, you guys. That's the thing. So hit that like, and subscribe if you're new. We're talking cult leader DavidETaylor wanting his case dismissed because he's probably just fucking broke and he can't afford it. He's going to try and drag this case out again like he's done before in the past. Try and bankrupt the other side and just make it as hard as possible for the other side to get all the information they want, because ultimately what's going to be requested in this case is paperwork, lease documents, housing documents, tax documents, bank accounts, and if they don't provide it, well, Jason O'Shea, what we've done here is actually inform the IRS about how they have multiple tax exemptions and they're jumping the money through multiple tax exemptions. The IRS knows about these people. Jason O'Shea and our community, what we've done is we've actually made the calls to local enforcement agencies, county appraisal districts, tax offices, everything, to let them know you got a cult moving in. This is where they're at. This is what they're doing. Yep. I'm shocked he's back in hiding. Well, and everything he's doing is all reruns at this point, you guys. He'll probably be out for One Night with the King, okay? But other than that, we probably won't see him much. Even then, I'm still thinking the One Night with the King will be a rerun, because everything that's going on right now within the cult, the lack of what's going on is kind of a key sign that there's turmoil inside. I really think that something happened recently. I really do. Something happened inside the cult recently. And it has nothing to do with David's mom's death. No, but something inside the cult happened recently and it caused a stir up somewhere. Votes out what side they are on. Yep. Yeah. The local cops know. The cops know about that place. But exactly. Kevin, something's up, dude. Something. Yeah, Kathleen's still in Taylor. Uncle Jake. And the thing is David, here's the thing. All the things that's happened over the last couple of weeks, because I've been in Shutaway with family. I've been spending time with my family, guys. That's where I've been. I had family visiting, and it was well needed, man. It really was. Yeah. Hey, I didn't receive that letter. I was in heaven with God at the time, right? Cali Connected. If I said that, hey, IRS, you know what? Sorry, I don't know about that money. I was in heaven with God. You're going to have to ask my homie Jesus. They'd be like, fuck out of here. Where's the money at? So, yeah. with the IRS, man, it's the IRS needs to step in on this. Yep, David's got dirt on all of them. Places like that don't exist long unless the police are on the payroll. Kid Freshie, you know, and I don't want to say they're on the payroll, but I'm kind of inclined to believe that there's some political involvement maybe in this organization, that maybe some people's hands have been caught in the cookie jar, so to say, right? And that there is something bigger and deeper that we have no fucking clue about. And exactly, and you know, Jason O'Shea, let me tell you something I found out. Some of these, okay, hey, when you look at P. Diddy's raid, who the fuck do they have with them? IRS agents. Why? Audit the books. Look at fucking tax records. Trust me, let me tell you something. When you guys start seeing these raids with the FBI, watch the jackets. Let me tell you something. They did, and let me tell you something. The IRS are going in on these raids. I've been seeing it. They're going in with these raids because where's the money? You need the IRS to track that shit. The FBI, they're there to kick down the doors. But watch some of the jackets. No, Jason O'Shea, yes, absolutely. It's always going to be FBI kicking down the doors. But I've been doing my research. I've been talking to some people about it, and the FBI actually have IRS agents on the raids with them. Now, the IRS isn't kicking in the doors. It's usually the feds, right? Once the feds have it all cleared out, the IRS, they'll go in and do like the digital analysis of, like, say, tax documents, records with money, right? Because what are the feds gonna do? They're there to look at the other criminal shit, sex trafficking, money laundering, weapons charges, drugs, human trafficking. That's what they're gonna look for. But you need the IRS to go in and audit the books. You think P. Diddy's got books? You goddamn right he's got books. Where the fuck's the money at? So yes, I know through my research, Jason O'Shea, that the FBI now for sure has IRS agents for sure working with them. I know that is a fact. I know that is a fact, man. Yep. They did get these guys to work. Because I think we're going to start seeing a lot of raids with the FBI and some of these. I'm telling you, Gateway Church in Texas, that's going to be the next big one. That guy, yep. Exactly. And that's what hey, Jason O'Shea, why do you think they bring the IRS in, bro? Hey, we know the money is in his name. Well, guess what the IRS does? They're real good at sniffing out that money. They'll fucking find that money, bro. Of course, he's got it in assets, other bank accounts, fucking LLCs. Jason O'Shea, DavidETaylor, we know he's got LLCs incorporated and multiple tax exemptions. That's how P. Diddy did it. That's how P. Diddy did it. Exactly. And that's how you run a criminal organization, which is why when P. Diddy goes to court, it's going to be RICO, right? Racketeering, influencing, corruption organizations, right? It'll be RICO. DavidETaylor, his case will be RICO. Oh, yeah, they do. See you, Buff. They do. They love going after assets. All those DavidETaylor's mansions, guess what? All those assets, oh, man. Yeah, let's keep Epstein off the channel. That's a whole other conversation. But exactly, they love going after assets, see you, Buff. They do. Oh, where's all these houses? You got all these cars, you got these boats, you got these planes. Oh, shit, guess what? Those are now property of the American fucking IRS. Oh, now the IRS has a new fucking Cessna. Hey, thanks, P. Diddy. Thanks for the jet, P. Diddy. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Exactly. All P. Diddy's assets, you guys, guess what? Going straight back to the IRS, guys. It's going straight back to the IRS. P. Diddy lost all of his shit when he got caught. That's it. When David gets caught, he is going to lose all of his shit. The cars, the money, the houses. Yep, he does. He has a very large house bill coming due soon. Exactly. Your ground level IRS, Exactly. Well, what we're just saying, Tracy S., that what happens with the raids now is there's actually IRS agents going in with the FBI. Tracy, I know that is a fact. I've talked to some law enforcement agencies and they've confirmed that when they go in now, the feds are the one kicking in the doors, but the IRS agents are doing like the computer forensics, going through tax documents, all that stuff. Who was just saying here? See you, Buff. The IRS, They love going after assets. Yep, IRS CID. Hey, Aaron, how you doing? They do, man, and they're good at their fucking work. It just takes time. Like, imagine unfucking 20 years of books. Exactly. They go in to preserve the financial documents. Absolutely. The computer documents. Hey, all this shit needs to be preserved. We want the hard drives also. Did he raid even the ASPCA was there? Yep. Incapable of being a piece of shit. Yeah. We're talking about David Taylor's case update. And right now we're talking about basically how at the end of the day, once the shit hits the fan for David, he'll be raided by the feds. The IRS will take all of his shit. The Criminal Investigation Department of the IRS will investigate him. And they'll find out that all of his assets are dirty. He hasn't been filing his taxes. David's wants the courts to dismiss the case. No, you're good. No, David's asking the court to dismiss the case. Oh, we want you guys to dismiss the case, okay? Motion to dismiss. Yeah, raid his closets of maxi pads. I know when they go raid David, instead of baby oil, it's going to be closet full of maxi pads. That's what it's going to be. It's not going to be baby oil. It's going to be like a closet full of maxi pads and baby wipes instead of baby oil. The reasoning is because it was JMMI on the initial retainer, not Kingdom of God Global Church. Yeah. And the Marvelic universe, the curtains are down, guys. I don't know if enforcement came in and finally said, take all this shit down, okay, because it's a fucking fire hazard. Or if they just took it down because it was getting fucking soaking wet, because in Houston it rains a lot. And exactly, when the shit hits the fan for David, it's going to be... It's a technicality. That's what he's asking them to dismiss the case on. Irie Dread is a technicality. Oh, it's a document that said it's wrong name on the paperwork. That's it. That's it. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Holy shit. Shit, excuse me. Yeah, the structure, Kevin G. Excuse me. Yeah, the structure is still standing in place. Absolutely, yeah. That's the only thing. The main structure, right? The main big structure is standing in place, okay? And there's a small stage in front that still has some curtains and stuff up on it, but you can actually see through to the hotel now. And anybody that's going to be in Houston the week of Thanksgiving, let me know. Okay? We'll be there. Okay? Okay? I got one day. Okay? That's it. So if y'all want to go, we'll be there. Takes 3 to get the devil out. Bless you. Yeah, sometimes I get 7. So, another audit, another protest. Yeah, I'll do another protest. Absolutely. Till it gets shut the fuck down, man. Until the right people pay attention. I don't know if David thought this was a good idea to come to Texas and be like, oh, he's not going to show up. Fuck, dude. Are you serious? David, I can't even begin to tell you the turn of events that has put us in this really dynamic situation, right? So I will be there. If anybody else wants to come protest with us, please let us know. We're going to fucking protest until the right people shut it down. We're tired of this going on. I have voiced this to multiple agencies up the fucking ladder, all the way down from local police, all the way up to federal, to mayors, to everybody. Yep. The other locations, I don't know if I'll do the other locations. Maybe eventually, if time permits, yeah, but I got to find a better job first. I got to get a job first before I do any of this, guys. Like, there's other shit I got to do, right? But it's just, when I'm there, if I have the time, I like to protest because it still helps bring awareness about what's actually going on there. Yeah, it will be live too. We'll live stream it. Anybody that wants to show, please show up, okay? Because the more people that show up, the more the word gets out, okay? We've been trying to get people's awareness open about this organization that's moving states and laundering money. Oh, KK is well deserving of some audits. Let me tell you that. No, I appreciate you, Irie Dread. Yeah, no, I appreciate your support, man. Yeah, some of you guys been here from the beginning too, and that's the thing. I always said I would be in this until the end, until David's arrested, until this cult is disbanded. Shut the fuck down. Human trafficking and prostitution, Jason O'Shea. They have a hotel down in Houston. They bought it, right? It's a money pit. They bought it, and what we found out through some people. I never give out sources here. Okay, I know you're new to the channel. All right, I know you're new to the channel, but I'll never give out sources. But we have, through some turn of events, found out our own information through some people and some avenues that we went out and did an audit, right? Check my channel, look up DavidETaylor audit. There's a couple of them, right? But on the second audit, right, there are three of us that went out. Lord Pender's in here, the homie Quality Exposure. Hope you're watching. That's the homie too. Yeah, hey, get your exclusive God Gonna Get You shirts. Homeboy shows up, right? And I'll tell you how we found out about this, okay? So Jason O'Shea, this dude shows up, right? We did our own little background on, long story short, we found out he owns a series of pay-by-the-hour hotels in Houston, right? Now, if you don't know what pay-by-the-hour hotels are, they're nap rate hotels where you go and screw and then you leave, right? They're prostitution hotels, right? They're all over the place. And Houston actually just had a raid. 6 bars were busted in Houston for human trafficking. The only thing that happened was their TABC licenses got revoked. But that's just the start, right? Yes, the licenses got revoked. Let me tell you something. People are going to fucking talk and people are going to roll. So we did an audit. Homeboy shows up. We did our own looking and searching. And we found out that they were indeed. I'm still trying to figure out what the exact involvement was, but we did find out that they were running tricks out of the hotel. Now, between the two locations, there's one's called the Lotus Inn. Okay, it's off Telephone Road. It's where you go get pimps and you go get prostitutes and drugs, and you could probably get crabs too. Okay, it's that type of place. Mahesh owns a series of these in Houston. So, what we're looking at with this, honestly, is this ring is bigger than what we thought, right? We thought David was just the tip of the iceberg. We were trying to figure out where the money was coming from. Then he buys this hotel, and yeah, that hotel hasn't been in really bad shape now, like nearly uninhabitable. Yep. Yeah, there's several hotels. They're all nap rate hotels, LP. They're all nap rate hotels, and we know that. We know that, LP. We fucking know that. We've looked into them. They're all the same shitty hotels. They're all the same roach-infested, fucking nasty, flea-ridden, fucking prostitution, debauchery, fucking hellholes. They're nasty. Those places just need to be shut the fuck down as a public health concern, honestly. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, crack house motels, exactly. Fucking, they're nasty, dude. They're prostitution rate hotels. Yeah, he owns some up north in Dallas, I think. LP, we're gonna get together, bro. No, we're gonna get together. No, nope. I have a day. I have a day. Yep, I have a day. Um, but the rest of it's gonna be spent with family for sure. But I do have a day, so I believe so. Yes, somewhere up in Dallas, I think, Aaron. I'm not too sure. Possibly somewhere in or around the Dallas area, unless he sold. Yeah, and it's starting to happen, right? Have you ever seen the little Chinese foot massage parlors? Uh, Lakshi. It's gonna be like Lakshi. Fucking Uncle Jake. Can you put the link in there for Aaron Olson? Uncle Jake's got the information. Yeah. Nah, drop it in the chat. Uncle Jake will drop it in here. It's under Lakshi Incorporated or something, but that name leads to like fucking everything leads back to Telephone Road. That's it. Lakshmi. Yep. Exactly. They're all involved, you guys. And Patel, what Patel literally translates to is like a house lord or a landlord. It is. No, it's something like that. It's he does, and everything leads back to Telephone Road. Everything leads back to Telephone Road. It really does. You look at all the corporate filings and you're like, oh shit, everything leads right back. Yep, exactly. Exactly. Hey, Trip9, what's up? That same hotel, exactly. David is requesting that the courts dismiss the case. Trip 9. He he wants the courts to dismiss the case on a technicality. I'm kind of figuring what the technicality. Yeah, we know what the technicality is, but yeah, Omlamshmi is a company under another company, and that's how they do it, right? That's how they do it. They bury it. We talked about O'Shea. We talked about how churches and organizations do this under multiple names. That's what they do. So yeah, this guy that shows up, we found out. Yep. We we still don't know exactly Jason O'Shea. See, Irie Dread, there's yeah, exactly. The witchcraft shit. Yeah, the witchcraft, exactly. They're pitching a different game because they're broke. Yeah, they don't have much left. Everything is basically crumbling. I mean, David, he's got a lot of bills due. He owes a lot of people a lot of money. He probably owes some banks, if possibly, or some people who don't use banks. Hey, Thomas, and I need you to carry the team better in Fortnite, okay? Yeah. Yep. Exactly. That's the thing. You see the dynamics of the cult changing. You don't see a Mariah anymore. You don't see Tony anymore. You don't see Steve anymore. Kathleen's up in Taylor. Yep. 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 It is, and that's what we're talking about tonight, Trip 9. Is the walls are closing in. They're going to close in, and we're talking IRS code and how the IRS loves coming after assets. They do. Joseph is MIA. Yeah, Psychona Incorporated, exactly. And this is, and some of our other sources have confirmed what we're talking about here with Patel. Patel is a big name in America, and Patels own a lot of hotels. Yep, Kathleen's daughter's on Zoom calls. Yep, Kathleen's up in Taylor. Daughter's probably down in Houston at the hotel. So David airs his mom's funeral, and you see his son there. His son shows up. I think so. I think that's where Joseph was last. Yeah. We haven't even seen Joseph, you guys. That's the weird thingy, too. We haven't seen Joseph, man. We haven't seen Joseph. All we see, and all it is just reruns. I keep saying that. It's reruns. You a pussy, Rich Holmes. Oh man, yeah, it is. No, he put his mom's funeral on YouTube. Yeah, see, he could be in the hospital. Yeah, he could be in the hospital. Hit that like too. Um, well, and here's the thing. Now, none of these people are going to have an address listed to where they live. Why? Because they don't want anybody knowing where they live. Exactly. It's Nate and that Sharana chick or something like that, Rashana or something. I don't know. Um, but she's always coming out broadcasting with Nate. You don't see Joseph, David. That's what I'm thinking. I'm starting to go on that, Kevin G. David's in the hospital. hmm We haven't seen him. He's doing reruns again. The reruns we're seeing, like how do you sustain this? The donations are got to be trash. Exactly. If David could raise the dead, why didn't he raise his mom from the dead? Right? Then he's like, oh, I knew she was gonna die. Well, yeah, we all fucking die. Exactly. Exactly, Kevin G. And that's I know some things have been connected here recently, and I'm pretty sure some people in this organization have been served, and they're probably wondering like, damn, how the fuck did they find us? Because that's exactly what David tells these people to do. Don't file an address to where we go. I think so too, right, Dice? Right, homie? David is done and they all know it. I mean, and I think they're all hanging on by a thread and they're just like, well, what are we all doing here? We have nothing left. These people have nothing left when they get out. They're going to go apply for a job and they'll be like, well, where have you been for the last 10 years? Exactly right, Kevin. Last time he was off the air like this in MIA, he was having medical issues, right? And then he comes back and says, "Oh, I wasn't on deathbed." Sounds like a fucking frog just climbed down his throat, right? Looked like shit, sounded like shit, looked like death just walked over him. And that was after we had said, we came out and done a video saying, "Oh, David's in the hospital. David got sick." We had said that. We come out and said that, right? And we didn't find out till later that David actually was in the hospital. He went in, took an ambulance ride to Duke University. We found the charges on his credit report. We found him, and that confirmed everything we were saying. Yeah, Chris's area got hit hard. Yeah, Chris's area got hit pretty hard, and Chris is okay, but it got hit hard, man. Chris's area took a big hit, man. But yeah, David, Mr. fucking Water Master here can't stop the hurricane, right? Mr. Marvelic Universe here can't say, "Oh, hurricane out now, 1, 2, 3." So yeah, David. I mean, really, David, you claim to have all these Marvelic powers, but yet you can't stop a hurricane. I don't. I think so. Yeah, I think he's still making credit card payments. Yes, I think he's still making credit card payments. I haven't checked his credit report because it's been locked. David's put a lock on everything. He got smart after we got his credit report. He's like, "Oh, I better put a lock on that because that you a pussy, Rich Holmes, got my credit report." That fried him when I got his credit report. I'm sure that just pissed him off, man. That had to have fried him, Aaron, because I don't think anybody had ever seen that before. Maybe one or two people, him and maybe somebody else, but not to the public like we blasted it out there. Oh man. He hops around. Josh is gonna hop around. Yeah, he locked his social security. Yeah, he locked his credit report. Yeah, he locked it. Fuck yeah. Oh yeah, he's like, "Shit, Rich got it. Fuck, I better lock my credit report now. I better lock my credit report because that asshole got it." Okay. And he did exactly what I knew he would do with it, put it online. And I did. I put it online because David's supposed to be on the up and up, right? But his credit report also told us a lot about his spending habits, right? It told us a lot about how he keeps his own personal credit report on the up and up, but his business assets, he just pile drives into the fucking ground. Yeah, exactly. So don't believe the fortifying lies about me. Yep, Christmas to beg for donations, New Year's, one night with the king, exactly. He'll probably put on some other shit show for Thanksgiving and Christmas. Say, "Look, everybody, it's so Marvelic. Everyone, come to the great Houston campus. You can only come for a few days." Hey, what's up, Angela? How you doing? Um, we're talking about cult leaders here today. DavidETaylor wants his court case dismissed on a technicality with a piece of paper. Fucking something dumb. Well, his personal credit score is actually pretty decent, Trip Nine, which is so weird about it, bro. When you really look at it, I mean, David's personal credit score is good, right? His personal credit score is pretty decent, and he's cleaning it up. But he only started cleaning it up after we found out about it. And he, once we found out about it, he's like, I better clean up my credit report because these guys are looking at it. And ever since then, we haven't been able to get to it. So he hit it. It's still on the channel. It's still on the channel. Yeah, see, I don't know if he's filed his personal taxes. I don't know. That's private information, but the stuff about the church is public. I know, right? Because he's using the church funds, exactly. And now he's got this big court case, right? He's got this big court case, $350,000 that he's got to pay, and he's paying lawyers. So now he's paying lawyers out of the church funds. Like those numbers add up real fast. I think there's still a good majority of the people at the hotel in Houston. Well, no, we've said they're going to abandon ship on that place. They might just do that here pretty quick. But maybe not, though. Maybe not. They might keep that place because it's safe. I think they're just opening, Kevin. I just think they're opening the Taylor place back up to business. That's all. Not necessarily. Did you even scan that IRS file? Yeah. He's been playing hiding games. Well, Trip 9, 5 years. See, and that's what I think. I think they could be getting ready to hightail it out of Texas. That maybe they're starting to take down that rigging, and maybe they're getting ready to boogie out of that place. Maybe they're getting ready to get the fuck out and be like, yeah, this is too much heat here. We're out of here. But again, Houston got a lot of rain, a lot of wind, so I'm guessing they took it down. Um, but that's staging in front of that fucking hotel, yeah. Exactly, just like he left Nelly's mansion. David has no intention of going back to Nelly's mansion. He bought that place, paid over what it was worth, and then pulled money out against it. That's what he does. He probably owes money against that house now. Most likely, all these houses he owes money against. Mm-hmm. Yep. Once taxes are due on the property, you'll get a better picture on what is going on by what they are paying or not paying. Yeah, and that they have big tax bills every year. They're $25,000 a pop per property, man. Most of these properties, 25 grand. Collectively, I think what we added up, it was just about 250 grand in property taxes. Well, the one down in Florida, I don't know whether or not they're going to lose it, but that one last year was $155,000. That was a big fucking piece of property tax for Florida. But I called the appraisal district, said, hey, they're running a tax scam. You should check into them. And they were very interested in that. So I don't know what they're doing. I did find out that they were going to take the case to the equalization board and make a decision on whether or not they were going to receive their exemption on that property any longer. So I don't know when that's going to happen. Hopefully sooner than later. I don't know, Kevin G. I don't know. The guy I spoke to on the phone said it was supposed to go to the equalization board sometime this year, and that was several months ago. Okay, so hopefully the equalization board said, "Yeah, we know you're doing some fucking bullshit. Nope, nope," because Florida needs the property tax to help fund the state. Okay, $155,000 is a big tax bill. Okay, and if they find out they're running a tax scam, they're gonna lose their exemption. They're gonna have to pay the full tax amount. They're gonna be like, no, fuck you guys, you're running a scam. Why are we gonna fucking fund your scam? So he will more than likely lose that exemption. I'm crossing my fingers that he does. Exactly. Doesn't mess around with that. They don't have income tax, right? So Florida relies on property taxes for income tax. I spoke to the people in these tax offices. I'm just gonna fucking say it. Like we've made calls to these tax offices, written them letters, emails, give them all the information. Said, hey, can you guys please look into this because they're running a tax scam and they're using the property taxes to do it. Here's the information. You have questions, please get in touch with us. They said, okay. One, we haven't heard anything back. And the HOA, no. The HOA is very aware of David. No, that HOA knows you guys. Nope. Yep. His highlight was right before the deposition was released, right, Thais? That was David's highlight exactly right before the depo was released. Once the depo was released, took a big, steep, shitty dive, right? And that's where it's remained. In a big dive. Has been and it will be. But David's... If... And it does. That's probably it. That's probably it, Aaron Olson. Yep. I've spoken to the HOA too. They know very well who David is. Yeah, they know. I was emailing them for a whole month straight every day, letting them know, like, hey, you guys need to check into this place. Don't let them pull any bullshit because they're doing shady shit there. Keep your eyes out. Pretty much every state these people have gone in, we've let them know. We've tracked their movements, let people know where they're at, what they're doing. But I'm kind of starting to agree with Kevin G that David's health took another steep dive. I'm with Aaron on that. Or Aaron, Kevin G. David's a fucking disgusting blob. His cholesterol can't be that great. His heart rate can't be that great. His weight fucking through the roof. He doesn't eat well. He doesn't exercise. He stays hidden. He's under extreme stress. He's a career criminal, and now all the bullshit is starting to catch up to him. I'm kind of with you, Kevin G. Is David dead? You know what? But the last time he kind of But the thing is right now, he's got so many things that are adding up to him. Hey, Cole, watch, how you doing? Good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I don't think he's dead. I'm kind of with Kevin G. He could be in the hospital, man. He could be in the hospital hooked up to a fucking ventilator. No, he said he was in Shutaway with Jesus, that he couldn't go. Okay. That Jesus told him not to go to his mother's funeral because Jesus's relationship with David is more important than attending his mother's fucking funeral. So, yeah, you go watch. You text me when and where. We'll set it up. You know that. You say when. You say where. I do too. I want to see David be held accountable for his shitty behavior. That would be nice, right? Yeah, they dropped DavidETaylor when they. Yeah. Remember him carrying him off stage? Exactly. Yeah. You a pussy, Rich Holmes. Yeah, he's sitting there in a shit-filled maxi pad. Kevin G. Yeah. The process servers found him. The process servers found him. They did. And Uncle Jake, you know what? Uncle Jake, let me tell you something. I looked at the court filings. Remember the information I was asking for, right? It was me, LP. Well, the same day that that got uploaded, that was the same day that David sent that death threat. That was the same day that David came out and did his little fucking tirade. Well, his mother passed away. It's David said I was gonna die, then his mother passes away, so it's like karma, dude, you know? Yeah, he streams the funeral live on YouTube like a fucking douchebag. Yeah, and he doesn't even go. David doesn't even go to the funeral himself. He sends his douchebag son. Yeah. They didn't even go. David didn't show up to his own mother's fucking funeral. That's the type of person that DavidETaylor is. Katie Taylor, that's her name. Katie Taylor, it's on his channel. Yep. She died recently, yeah. I know. Be more fucking classless. Stream a funeral? Really? Like, honestly, have some fucking dignity, David. And you send your fucking shithead son. You send your shithead son up to your mom's funeral to go fucking tend for you? David, you're a piece of shit, dude. And you're supposed to be an apostle and a prophet. You should have fucking raised your mom from the dead like you claim you can do. I have no clue. I have no clue why people stream funerals to YouTube. I really don't. Some people do. I don't get it because, honestly, I wouldn't want my shit fucking streamed to YouTube while being fucking buried. Yeah. No, he didn't even send a special message from Shutaway. Exactly. He didn't send a message from Shutaway either saying, hey, I'm sorry, I'm not going to make it. No, nothing. Kevin G, I think your nose is onto something. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Hey, man, funerals suck. Let's have a fucking party, man. Fuck that. Don't have a funeral when I die. Have a fucking party. Keggers, fucking bong rips, everything. Like, bags of chronic, kegs of beer, bottles of whiskey, fucking barbecue, brisket, fireworks, fucking the works, man. Don't have a funeral for me. Fucking, dude, blow shit up. Blow shit up at my funeral. That's what exactly. Mosh pit, fucking heavy metal, punk rock music. Yeah. All of them, Irie Dread. All of them. All of them, Irie Dread. All of them. They're all after him, David. And in closing, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. I was only going for exactly 1 hour tonight. I'm sticking to that. We'll continue on later on down the week with more stuff with David and Kathryn. But David is trying to dismiss the case. David, you will lose, okay? At the end of the day, you're going to lose your properties. The IRS is going to seize all your assets, and your cult will be disbanded, and you're going to be sitting with your maxi pads in your hand being like, huh? Y'all have a good night, man. Thanks for tuning in. Catch y'all later on the next live. And any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them in the comment section below, and I'll try to answer them as quick as possible. Again, David's in hiding, don't know where he's at. He's asking to dismiss the case. His mother passed. He doesn't show to the funeral, okay? Kevin G thinks he's sick or in the hospital. Yeah, maybe losing his mother has devastated him. We just don't know that. Yeah, good call, Aaron. Or good call, Trip 9.